Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be talking about DANJIN, her best weapons, her echoes, her abilities and her sequences, and some more fun tips and tricks to help her maximize her damage and have some fun playing her. With a vengeful blade of condensed blood in her hand, Ranger DANJIN hunts down thieves and bandits for retribution as she journeys to distant lands in pursuit of justice. Let's talk about her abilities. So DANJIN's basic attack is a string of 3 hits, 1, 2, 3. And her skill is unique in the way that it does not have a cooldown but does consume her health, like so. Every press consumes health. Now she has 3 basic combos, which is 1 basic, 1 skill, 2 basics, 2 skills, or 3 basics, 3 skills. So the first one is irrelevant, it does not do anything special. The 2-hit combo applies her mark, which is known as Incinerating Will, and she deals increased damage to targets that have this mark. The third one is a combination of 3 basics and 3 skills, which increases her heavy attack damage when you upgrade her inherent skill, the last one, which increases her heavy attack damage by 30% for 5 seconds. So also her forte circuit is filled by each E use. So once you get her up to this half forte circuit mark, she can use her special base heavy attack, which is you hold it down and you press it again. This is her main kit. This is how her kit works. So she can work in 2 different ways, where you can use her as a main DPS and a sub DPS for Havoc Rover. I prefer to use her as main DPS because again she has no downtime, because her skill has no cooldown and she deals damage all throughout. That's one of the things I like about her. When you start with her E, she lets you skip the first basic attack. So if you do E basic E E, that's a 2-hit combo, or you can do E basic basic E E E. So she lets you skip the first basic attack with her skill instead. So a basic rotation would look like something like this if you're going for a main DPS build, which is E basic basic E E E, then her E basic E E, and E basic basic E E E, and now you have a full forte, and then you can do the heavy attack. There you go. Her burst is just a regular damage ability with nothing else on the kit. It just deals a basic amount of damage, nothing special. Next, let's talk about her weapons. So her best in slot right now is Changli's limited weapon, which is Blazing Brilliance. It provides an attack boost and it also provides a resonance skill boost, and because she has no cooldown on her resonance skill, this effect is up almost every single time. Other options include the standard 5-star weapon, which provides her a basic amount of energy regen and attack boost along with the crit rate substat. Any of the crit weapons are amazing right now because there are not many ways to gain crit. Other options can include the Lunar Cutter if you're going for 4 stars, or the 4-star craftable, which is the sword number 18. It has an attack substat. It increases heavy attack damage if the health is below 40%, and it also provides healing, so it is a perfect fit for a kid, but again it's a 4-star, so use it how you like. Also, the 4-star Commando of Conviction is a decent option as well because it provides attack when you cast Cinto skill. So yeah. Now let's talk about her echoes. The 5-set Sun Sinking Eclipse is her best in slot, the Havoc set, because it on basic attack or heavy attack it provides Havoc damage increase. Again, you would want to go for the crit rate or crit damage depending on your weapon. Havoc damage, and attack, the 4-3-3-1-1 build, or you could also go for 4-4-1-1-1 if you're early game, because that's more efficient to farm. But since I'm late game AR60, the best thing to go for is 4-3-3-1-1 because it does provide her with havoc damage increase. In general, you'd want to go for about 55% crit rate to about 200 crit damage. And yeah, mine is hyper invested because she's my favorite character in the game. Again, you'd want to aim for the substats of crit damage, crit rate, attack percent, heavy attack, basic attack. Even resonance skill damage works because again she deals damage through every single thing in her kit, so any extra damage bonus is good. All you want to avoid is HP and defense and flat attack, all the flat stats, and you're good to go. Now let's talk about her abilities. How do you want to level her up? So most of her damage comes from the Forte Circuit, which is her special heavy attack. Then you can either choose to level up the resonance skill or the liberation, but your first priority is Forte Circuit, so it would go Forte Circuit, resonance or skill, then normal attack, and then intro skill at last. Again, mine is hyper invested. You don't have to get these extra attack or havoc damage increase if you're just going for a sub DPS build or even a main DPS build. This is just a basic incremental increase in her power, but again, not very necessary. Moving on to the sequences, Danjin's playstyle does not change with her sequences. She works the same at S0 than she does at S6. All it does is give her more damage, which is good, but again, not needed. The first one gives her more attack the more you attack opponents with the mark applied onto them. The second is again a damage increase when you deal damage to opponents with the mark. The third one is a resonance liberation damage bonus. The fourth one gives her more crit rate when her Forte Circuit is half full. The fourth one gives her more damage bonus when her health is lower than 60%. And the last one gives all her teammates a 20% attack boost when she does a special heavy attack when her Forte Circuit is full. Next, let's talk about the team builds. So Danjin works as a main DPS as I play her, or she works as a sub DPS for Havoc Rover because her outro skill gives the incoming resonator the havoc damage amplified by 23% for 14 seconds, which works great for Havoc Rover. Also, if you want to play her as main DPS, her main team would include a healer, preferably Verena. Even Baiji works, or even Janshin because she provides a shield, which is good for her because Danjin is always going to be low HP if you play her as main DPS. You could add in Mortefi for his heavy attack damage amplification, which helps her damage, but again, not needed. And that's about it. You can also play her with Sanhua, which gives a basic attack damage. Again, Danjin deals damage through all of her kit, so it does not matter what you amplify as long as there's some amplify or healing, anything works. She deals enough damage on her own to compete with 5 stars at S6. So there you go. So let's talk about some tips and tricks to play Danjin well. The first is you can just charge her per Forte Circuit without dealing damage to enemies. All she needs to do is just perform these attacks and her Forte Circuit fills up. So you can start these hologram bosses with a full Forte bar like so. Let's just fight at difficulty 3 for demonstration purposes. So you let him land, you apply the mark, and just there you go, an easy hit. Now her E hits 2 times on the first attack, so it makes it a very good parry tool, as I've tried many times during fighting this boss and failing so many times. So as you can see, makes very easy to parry, as just let him attack and see, just one E hits 2 times and it makes parry very easy, and you would want to use that because again she's gonna be low health all the time. There you go. I've noticed that I find it much easier to parry with Danjin than with any other character. Maybe Calcharo, but anybody, I just feel more comfortable with her. Also, just on a side note, the fastest way to get to a full Forte bar is performing her 3 set attacks with starting with E. So E, double basic and 3 E's, E, double basic and 3 E's, and just a basic 2-hit combo, and there you go, a full forte bar in 3 attacks basically. So there you go guys, that was my guide to play Danjin. In my opinion, she is one of the most fun characters in the game. All the 4 stars in the game have weird, quirky mechanics like Sanhua's metronome gameplay, I guess, and Danjin's health consumption but no skill cooldown, and many other 4 stars. I feel the 4 stars are more fun, but the 5 stars are more unga bunga, I guess. So yeah, that was my guide, and let me know what you guys think. See you in the next one.